What's going on, guys? I have three stock picks for you. These are very good ones. I'm very excited for this week. This week's going to be a very, very good week in the market. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a wild ride, but I'm going to be trading all the moves. I'm very excited. So if you want three stocks to be watching for the week, stay tuned.
And what that means is in this area, there is, there was, let me, excuse me, let me fix this. Edit properties. Okay, do not show. Okay, so in this area was where we had that previous area of resistance. And what that means is when we came to the green bar right here, we pulled back from it twice. And that was a very bearish event. So I want to see what happens, what happens with this candle we have here when we enter that zone again where we once had that very, very bearish reaction. And the first time we came around to it, you see that pullback, and then next candle went a little higher, and then that pullback there, finally coming into that big sell off that happened. So that's really what I want to see coming into this month. And the reason this excites me is because of the fact that we have very low volume for August. And compared to all this volume over here, we are just right here in volume. And I want to see what happens when a little bit more volume comes up. And what that's going to be very important because what will happen when a lot of money comes in? Will this sell off into the 320 area, or will this push through the 340 area coming into the 360 area? So that's really what I want to see happen in SPY this month is, will it use these green bars as a bullish support, or will it use it as a ceiling and come down from it? So that's SPY. Coming into GLD. This one's going to be a little bit more thorough because of the fact that I'm anticipating a good move on this one. So let me remove my fibs and let me come over here to the quarterly. Okay, so as you can see here, we are currently looking at this situation where it is overextended, and as you can see, our 14 and 30 is in the 25-30 area, and we are all the way up here in the 200 area on the quarterly. So that's going to be a very interesting situation whenever the time for our correction comes to play. And coming into the monthly, here you can see even better. And what I mean by that is what you have here is you're looking at oh, okay, you're looking at this area here. Let me get that as a pullback zone. And the reason that that's a pullback zone is because you have your moving averages, boom, boom. Price wants to always come back to its moving averages because that's why they're averages. You know, price always comes back down to its average. So just looking at that big vacuum and that big gap that we have here, I can kind of estimate that this will pull back to around this area. And what I can do from that is I can use that as a way to target these call option, oh excuse me, these put options on GLD. And what would be a very good and let's say safer bet would be to be looking at, I would say, let me do all. Let's see. I want to buy time with this, but at the same time, I want to give myself an area to be wrong. And what that means is in case this keeps rallying like it has for the past couple weeks and for the past couple months, I want to be able to not get clapped. I don't want to be clapped. I don't want to get clapped, excuse me, if this keeps rallying into the 200 area. And the reason I'm not too worried about it rallying to the 200 area and me getting hurt is because of the fact that over here we're looking at the 33 days. And The ones I would target with this would be the 185s, and that would be for the reason that if we start to put our fibs on this, starting from here, let me get that from here all the way. Let's say, let's say, let's use this candle as a breakout. So we start to come down on these time frame, on these lower time frames. I'm using the day. You can see that the first point in our target range is going to be this 85. Let me see if I can get a better picture for you. We're at the 94. Right now, we would have to be targeting the 85 area. And that's the previous line of support slash resistance. So according to my fib lines, I would be targeting that 85 range. So I can use that for two things. I can either buy time on these puts and get the 186 for 300, or I can try my luck and start to look at these lower time frames and try to see if I can get a flip out of it. And as you can see, these are at the, I would say 250, just round it 250. If you're getting in the money, you can see that you're pretty much setting yourself up to to succeed. And what I mean by that is you're at 285, you're at the 250 area, you more than double your investment in this trade by coming into the money. And that's going to be very key looking at these price targets, and 185 would be my price target for this ETF. And this has been overextended for a long time, and it is finally showing signs that it is coming to stop. And the reason I say that is you see these three candles here, and what that is showing is, hopefully I'm not confusing you with my colors. Yellow would be red and blue would be green. So point is, you want to be looking at this topping candle here and saying, okay, where is this going? Next day comes and we have this big sell off and we have volume to back it. So those two signs, price and volume, would be an indication that this will keep moving downward. And anything can happen in the stock market, and you should know that anything is possible. No type of analysis will ever be perfect, but you can kind of use this to, I would say, guesstimate, do an educated guess as to where you want price to be. And looking at your 14 moving day average, you are looking at that 185 area. So if you came back to our price average, like I said before, you would be looking at that 185 area as an area of support. So you can use that that pullback to the 185 as a play. And that is how I personally use these price levels to be able to guide me into my targets for stocks. So next up, I want to look at Target. And Target has been one that the market was going up and Target decided to go down. So just let's look at the quarter. As you can see, it has had a very, very strong quarter, and there is still potential for this to go up to the 140 area based on just one factor. And I want to see if you know what that one factor is. So post it down below, and then let me see if you get it right. So moving on, the one factor that I see just just screaming at me, letting me know this will keep going higher, is my RSI. And my RSI is pointing in a bullish direction. There's a new high and it still has room to grow. So if it was to test this area up here at the 70 on my RSI, it would mean that it would push up a little bit more at the 140 area. And just coming down to the monthly, let's move over to the monthly. You can start to see that same pattern emerge. And like I told you, you can use this as two things. You can say this is a divergence, or you can say this will at least push you up a little bit more on target. So Same thing here, your moving averages are down here. So in case of a correction or a pullback, you would want to target those. Let's move on to that weekly. And here's your weekly. Oh, this is beautiful. You have a beautiful pattern come to play here. And you can see these weeks coming into targets breakout. You can start to see that move play out. Let's see what a fib extension tells us. Let's see what this gives us. So let's start off based off of this move here and here. And as you can see, this is already showing that this is a strong area of support. So basing your analysis off those fib lines, you can start to see that right off the bat, your price target is 130, 135. And let's come over here to the options chain. Let's do 26 days, 135. These are 400, 400. Honestly, I think the option prices are kind of wild. So I'm just gonna click on that just to show you guys. And basically, what I'm looking at now is I'm looking at the option pricing, and I would just looking at the fib here at 135, I would want to target one strike below it. So at least I can get 1 point in the money in case, not in case, when it does test that area. So the 134s here have quite the spread on them, but if you're able to get in between, you will be able to pick up a good deal on this. So definitely looking at, what is this, the 19 days, the 135. See, this is a little bit more leveled out, but the thing that gets me about this is I should have set an alert here when we started to see that pullback on target like this. That is a strong indication to go in, and just keeping an eye on target would have been a very, very helpful thing. But there's so many things that were just going on to the point where I was not paying attention to target, so I missed this breakout, and that was on me. But I want to play the move that this created, because as you can see, it set a clear course to 135. And let me combine that with my fib extensions. Let's do this one. Let me do it from here to here. As you can kind of see, let me move this over. As you can see, it is targeting this area as well, the 135, 137, 138, and finally the 145. So you can do two things. You can either target the 145 or you can target all these four prices. And honestly, what I want to do during this week is going to be in the trade floor chat. So if you want to see my entry on this, definitely sign up to the Patreon, or the Slack channel that we have. And I'm going to post my entry on there. But there you go. Here are your four targets. Boom, boom, boom. All right, moving on. Let's do Tesla. Tesla is one of my favorite. As you can see, it pulled back. I want to do the daily on this. But before I do the daily, I want to show you the weekly chart. And the reason I want to show you this is because of the fact that it for the past couple of weeks, it has held this price level, these price levels here. And just out of looking at this from any standpoint, you can see that it is using this purple bar as a strong support. So it has a strong support here at the 1400 level. So basing your analysis, basing your target off of this, the first one that I'm looking at is this one, the 1454. And most likely this looks like it's going to gap up on Monday. So it would be very tricky to play that level, especially with the premium. But Next up is going to be the 1520 area. And that's going to be a very, very interesting area to watch. And the reason I say that is coming over here to the weeklies. Let me scroll down. Coming over here to the weeklies, the 520 area, it is a very, very, very profitable trade. Right off the bat, hands down, you are looking at profit if you are able to target that 1520 area at a very good strike price and just coming down. I know a lot of you guys do not have the money to be playing Tesla calls. So what you can do is you can use these price levels as spread legs. And what I mean by that is you can sell an iron condor on this at the 1400 area, saying by the end of the week or by the end of expiration, by the date of expiration, it will not come down to this level. And at the same time, you can say by the end of the expiration, it will not be above this level. So you sell these two legs on the options chain, and even if you can't afford to be playing these calls, you can use the analysis and you can use all these plays to be able to say, hey, let me do an iron condor and make some money off of the premium. So even these high ticket stocks, there's always a way to play them, and there's always a way to put the odds in your favor if you know what you are doing. And that's why I always preach money management, and I also preach using credit spreads to grow your account. And the reason I say that is credit spreads, you can easily grow your account if you just take those iron condors on Robinhood and you just use them as a way to be able to make money off of like these high premium stocks. And basically you would be putting down usually what I see on Robinhood is about 1,000 collateral. And what that 1,000 collateral does is it allows you to get in a trade where you have the odds in your favor, and what you are saying in that iron condor is it won't go above this area, but at the same time it won't go below this area. And as you can see, you're netted a very good profit on your account. And even if you just want to play the put, if you just want to play the put, you get $60, and vice versa. So that's what I mean by using these levels as guides to like let you know where to put your spreads. And if you want to learn more about spreads, if you want to do anything with spreads, I recommend you check out my tier 3 on Patreon. Once again, it's Reaper, patreon.com/Reaper Trading. I go over spreads and I post my spreads and my spread entries for educational purposes only in that chat. And you know, I do it for passive income. So whenever I get into a stock like this and I target it, I do it for a good amount of money. I'm using this as a source of of I would say like rapid account growth in a very controlled manner. And coming back to Tesla, I really want to stress the fact that you can see this range that I'm talking about here. It comes up here, tests this area, comes down, tests all the way the bottom of the range, and then it's setting up here. It's setting up in this range. And as you can see on the RSI, there's a higher low, and it's just setting itself up to come back to even these lines. So I'm very excited for Tesla. My personal price target is going to be 1520, and as you can see, it is going to be a very, very profitable stock to be trading. And you know I'm gonna just do a bonus just to show you guys what I'm seeing. And let me delete. I might just give me time to remove this. The reason I'm very, very hesitant to be looking at a long-term picture on this is for the fact that on your daily chart, you have right here, you have this divergence. And whenever you have a divergence like this in the market, it is usually an indication that price will pull back. And I'm going to be looking to play this. As you can see, I'm looking to play this coming week because our lines are here at the 264 area. What I'm expecting for them to do is for them to come up a little bit to at least the 266 around this area, and then we'll see a pullback to that area. And as you can see, we have this pattern where we come back to it, go up, come back to it, go up, and boom, boom, boom. So your first price target would be your 14-day, and then your next target would be your 30-day. And if you guys want a video on that, I will totally make a video on it. And if you guys enjoyed the watch list, please, please, please drop a sub, drop a like, and drop a comment. If you guys want to join chat, it's patreon.com/Reaper Trading. And if you guys have any questions, any future video ideas, please let me know in the comments below, and I got you. I will make any video. I will show you anything. I'm here to help you guys. I'm not here to be I'm just here to help. So I don't mind doing like any video on any subject. This is what I do professionally, so I try to make it as simple as possible because it can get complicated for beginners fast. So I just try to make it as simple as possible. I try to show you little by little every week. And once you get comfortable with it, you can use it on your own and you'll start making a lot of money. So if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, sub, and drop a comment. And see you guys on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.